Hi, I'm Allie and this is Moon Dancer, and today we're going to do groundwork to establish the buttons and get her ready for her first ride. So that's basically going to put the bridle commands, and we're going to use buttons here to establish the leg commands. So when I say buttons, I mean we're going to use saddle or stirrup position. So in front of the girth is going to be button number 1, and that is going to hopefully move the forehand. So when she feels pressure on that, we get across with the front. Now button number 2 is going to be right here. When you lay your head, when you lay your foot on there and you squeeze, that's actually going to either squeeze the horse over totally side to side. So she is supposed to walk away from it. This is where you have to add pressure. So we get front and back. There we go. So that's what that's supposed to do. And finally, we have button number 3, which should move the hindquarters. So we're going to start with the hindquarters. So we're going to have a direct rein, which means we're going to put pressure on the rein right here. And I'm going to put my hand right here at the corner of the skirt. I'm going to put her head and give a slight corner, just a little bit. Then with my opposite hand, I'm going to move into button number 3. So I'm going to press and release until I get her to kind of dig a hole with that inside. There you go. And cross with the back, and good. So that was really good. She used button number 3. Now we're going to do button number 1, which is in front of the girth. So I'm going to use indirect rein and direct rein with this. My direct rein is actually going to be on the opposite side. So I'm going to use my saddle horn and I'm going to tip her nose to the outside. My indirect rein is actually going to be my hand right here tapping on her neck. And I'm going to ask her to give me a cross in the front. There we go. Cross, 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 cross. That's really good. Very pleased with that. Now we want to do a nice back. So I'm going to put my hands on either side, up over the saddle horn, and I'm going to ask her to give me a nice back. So I'm going to stay here. Come on, until she gives me a nice back. Come on. Back, 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 back. This is backing just off the reins. So again, we're going to walk forward. Now, I'm going to ask her to back by putting my hand across the saddle. So I'm going to put my hand up where my hand would be. And then I'm going to ask her to back up. Now back up. Back up. Good. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Whoa. And then release. So my arm is up and over. Now I'm going to ask her to give her her head all the way towards me. So I'm going to reach forward, finger crawl to about up here, safe zone number 1 in front, and ask her to give her head. That's good. This is good. So she's giving her head on this side. Very good. Now, I'm going to ask her to back up now with my hand all the way across both sides. Ready? And back, back, back. Good. So I got her to back up. Now I'm going to ask her to flex on this opposite side. So everything you do on one side, you do on the other. So again, I want her to flex to me. Good. She's giving her head very nicely, but she didn't stop. That time she stopped. Come on, flex. Good girl. And flex. Good girl. Now she's flexed. Now I'm going to ask for the back. Back up. Back up. Come on, back up. And good. Good girl. So we're going to ask her to walk forward. Come on. Let's walk forward. Ooh. Now we're going to ask for a short back, which is just right here. Back, back, back. Good. She's responding a lot better to that. We'll walk forward. Come on, babe. Let's walk forward. Come on. Walk forward. Now we'll go to this opposite side. just to check on everything. Now, side with the mane is the right side. This is our indirect side. So, right hand up here, make a loop. And I'm going to ask button number 1 and ask her to give her, there you go, all the way around, all the way around. Good. Ooh, ooh. Need her to stop. Need her to give her head and stop. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's the basis of our 1 rein stop. Now let's flex her head again. Make sure she stays stopped. Good. Right hand on the saddle. Button number 3. Let's move the hindquarters until we get a good cross. And there we go. So those basic exercises are showing her where the buttons are going to be on the ground, so that when we get into riding her in the saddle, we're going to be able to use those exact same buttons, except on the saddle, and she'll understand what we're talking about. Thank you very much for joining me on today's video. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And remember, to see more, check out our playlists.